Welcome back. Joining us virtually is our finance expert, Nick Sapienza. Good afternoon, Nick. How are you doing today?
Hey, Taylor, doing good.
So we are breaking down some confusing definitions. This one I can't pronounce. I want to give it a try. Amortization. Did I say it right?
You did. You nailed it.
So what is that?
Great question. So, for anyone watching, we disrupt your viewership of the GameStop and day trading Reddit debacle to talk to you about amortization today. So, I'm sure you're happy to take a break. Amortization is simply a way to pay back a loan. So, it's a schedule of future payments that are broken down by the amount of interest and principal that you will pay when you on that loan. So, whether it be a vehicle, student loans, or a mortgage is the primary case, right? So the bank is going to collect most of their interest first, of course. They're giving you 30 years to pay them back for a house that you bought that may or may not rise in value. They're going to collect up front. So in the beginning, 90% of your payment might be going to interest, and then somewhere along the curve or the amortization schedule, you'll be paying more in principal than interest. But what's really important is to understand how this works and to use it in your financial planning. So you can use it as a guide to see the total cost of your loan and the amount of interest you'll pay, the impact that paying more or more frequently can have on your total out-of-pocket costs, or adding an extra little bit of money per month to principal and accelerating the equity in your house. The impact that it can have on refinancing or paying off your debt early. So it's really important to just get the full picture.
Yeah.
But most importantly, here's the thing. With interest rates so low, it's basically free money. You can afford a lot more house than you could in the past. And people are getting, $500,000 homes for $1,600 to $2,000 per month right now. But keep in mind that this is going to be offset by the rise in home prices and the cost of materials. So it's really important, although you can get that lower note, and people most often do that with vehicles, you really need to focus on the total cost to make sure that you're not doing yourself any financial harm, to put it bluntly. But focus on that total cost. So take a look at that amortization schedule before you make the purchase. And if you've made that purchase, make sure that you're keeping an eye on it and that you know what you can do to optimize that situation.
So is there a way, people are just doing some research ahead of time, is there a way that they can calculate their amortization?
Yeah, so if you don't have that, you should be able to get that from the bank that owns your mortgage. So if it's Wells Fargo, you can go to your website, you get an amortization schedule. If not, I always use things like bankrate.com. Bankrate will allow you to put in your interest rate, your monthly payment, or your principal balance and the equity that you have, and it'll create an amortization schedule for you.
Wonderful. Nick, you always explain things so well, and you mentioned the GameStop and Reddit debacle. We're actually going to be talking about that next week, so you guys don't want to miss it. Nick, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Taylor.
If you at home want to rewatch this, it's going to be on our website, klaf.com. Before we go to break, let's send it on over to Adam Olivier.